Hello and welcome to Learn English with Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Grace. In today's episode, we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us: how to build good habits.
Exactly, Grace. Habits are like the building blocks of our daily lives. If we can master building good ones, we can live healthier, more productive, and happier lives. But as you might know, forming new habits isn't always easy.
No, it's not. But don't worry, we'll take you step by step through the process. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear idea of how to build good habits, avoid bad ones, and stay motivated.
Plus, we'll teach you some useful vocabulary and phrases to help you talk about habits in English. So, let's get started. Let's start with a basic question. What exactly are habits?
Good question. A habit is a routine or action that we do regularly, often without even thinking. For example, brushing your teeth before bed is a habit.
That's a great example. Here's a useful word: subconscious. Subconscious means something you do without being fully aware of it. Habits often become subconscious over time, which is why they're so powerful.
Right, and habits can be good or bad. Good habits like exercising or reading help us grow and improve. Bad habits like procrastinating or eating junk food can hold us back.
Here's another question. Why are habits so important? Well, habits shape our lives. If you think about it, most of what we do every day is based on habits.
Exactly. Good habits can save us time and energy. For example, if you build a habit of preparing your clothes the night before, you don't waste time deciding what to wear in the morning.
And good habits can help us achieve long-term goals. Want to learn a new language? Building a habit of studying for just 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time.
Okay, let's get practical. How do we build good habits?
Step 1 is to start small. People often fail because they try to do too much too quickly. If you want to start running, don't aim for 5 kilometers on the first day. Start with just 5 minutes.
Yes, and here's a great word: achievable. When your goals are achievable, they're realistic and possible to accomplish.
Step 2 is to be specific. Don't say, "I want to be healthier." Instead, say, "I will drink a glass of water every morning." Being specific makes your habit clear and easier to follow.
Step 3 is to create a routine. Connect your new habit to something you already do. For example, if you want to meditate, do it right after brushing your teeth. This connection helps your brain remember the habit.
Here's a useful word: trigger. A trigger is something that reminds you to do your habit. For example, putting your running shoes by the door can be a trigger to go for a jog.
Step 4 is to track your progress. Write it down, use an app, or even make a chart. Seeing your progress can keep you motivated.
And step 5 is to reward yourself. When you stick to your habit for a week or reach a milestone, treat yourself. Rewards help you stay excited about the habit.
Building habits isn't easy, and most people face challenges along the way. Let's talk about some of the most common ones.
One big challenge is forgetting. Life gets busy, and it's easy to forget about a new habit. That's why triggers and reminders are so important.
Another challenge is lack of motivation. Some days you just don't feel like doing your habit. Here's a tip: focus on how you'll feel after completing it.
Great tip! Another problem is expecting results too quickly. Habits take time to build, and the results often come slowly. Be patient and remember that small steps lead to big changes.
And don't be too hard on yourself if you make a mistake. Everyone slips up sometimes. What matters is getting back on track.
Here's a useful phrase: bounce back. It means to recover quickly from a mistake or setback. Building habits requires bouncing back when things don't go perfectly.
Let's do a quick recap of some useful words we talked about today. Subconscious, without full awareness.
Automatic, happening without thought or effort.
Consistent, doing something regularly.
Achievable, realistic and possible to accomplish.
Trigger, a reminder or signal to start a habit.
Bounce back, to recover quickly from a mistake. Now, let's understand the topic better by answering some questions. First question: why is starting small important when building habits? Starting small makes habits manageable and less intimidating. It allows you to build momentum and confidence, which makes it easier to stick with the habit over time.
Next question: what is the 2-minute rule and how can it help? The 2-minute rule suggests starting a habit in the simplest way possible, taking just 2 minutes. This lowers resistance to starting and builds consistency. For example, if you want to start reading, you might begin by reading 1 page a day. Let's end with some extra tips for success.
First, focus on one habit at a time. Trying to change too many things at once can feel overwhelming.
Second, tell someone about your goal. Sharing your plan with a friend or family member can give you accountability.
And third, don't forget to celebrate small wins. Even a week of consistency is worth celebrating.
Lastly, remember that habits are a journey, not a destination. Keep experimenting until you find what works best for you.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening to Learn English with Podcast.
And remember, building good habits takes time, but it's worth it. We'll see you in the next episode.